Hi, Seth. So
Yeah.
yes, whatever questions that you might have, go ahead. We'll start off with whatever questions you might have.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Again, I was just like, first of all, you've been really, 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 really helpful.
Oh, I'm so
So,
glad that you find it helpful.
yeah, because you just as I said in my, the messages on Telegram,
Mm-hmm.
um, you have a way of explaining things that make them understandable.
Oh,
So,
thank
I have some questions. Some of them are really just kind of yes, nos, and
you.
actually, I'm glad we could do this formally rather than typing things up. But first off, just to let you know, my original plan was to just kind of approach people on social media who are expressing issues, specifically with the long COVID. I kind of went dormant on that for a little bit because I'm doing too many things and I don't know how to prioritize my life.
Okay.
So like I'm like, oh, here's a shiny object program. Let me work on that. And, like right now I'm trying to teach myself AI, but I'm neglecting other things because I can't multitask. Um, but one of the things, well, I'm going to start with those because there were a couple people I approached and said, hey, I've got something here, some information because I figured I'm not going to sell them here. You look at it, you tell me if you think we can make sense of this. But here, okay, so here are my questions. I just want to kind of refresh the background of all that. So the clinical, okay, so on those monthly David Schmidt webinars in the beginning of the month,
Mm-hmm.
he has pointed out some clinical studies that are in our back office. Can
Yeah.
we share those with?
Yeah. Yeah. You can share. In fact, I'm going to share with you right now the best place to share all clinical studies, and we do have 90 of them. Let me share a screen with you here, and I'm going to pull them right up so that they are handy.
Oh, and by the way, if I'm not making sense, just at any point, just say I'm not making sense because I haven't been sleeping well. I was at a sleepy times, which I just picked up this morning. So, but I've been sleeping really well, so my brain
Okay. Oh,
misfires sometimes.
oh, good. So, okay. So, and I had this also in my, when we share the information question and answer session, I let people know that they can go to startx39now.com. Let me see if I can find it here now that I've pulled it up. It's on Chrome. Here it is. Okay. So you can always share startx39now.com. Let me move this up
Right.
so it's not in the way. And of
We,
course, there,
yeah.
the nice thing is that you have the 2 minute, the 3 minute
Yep.
video, 2 minute, 3 minute, the 18-minute video. That's David going into more depth of exactly, how this all came about
Right.
and so forth. But then when you scroll down here, you have the patents, and then you can actually see, if you keep on going, here is the button where you can find all 90 clinical studies.
Okay.
Whether it's a doctor or somebody who wants to share this with their doctor or their chiropractor, their dentist, whoever that might be, this is the place where there's nothing to buy. You're not selling anything here. This is purely an educational resource. It's like a giant filing cabinet with all 100 plus patents. We have,
Okay.
David has over 150 patents, but there's 120 of them that are posted here. And then the 90 clinical studies that were done in the United States, Europe, as well as Asia. And so you
Okay.
click here and it's beautiful because they're categorized not just by patch, but you can see pretty much all of them are listed here.
Right. Let me save you right there. This is the website that Marcy's given us all, and that's the one that I refer to. But so are these clinical studies the same that are in the back office too, or did it just duplicated onto this extra Start
Yeah,
X39 website?
so
It is
they're
same.
all night, they're kind of easier to access here. The back office,
Okay.
you log into your back office. And so rather than send it individually to each person, it's just so much easier to just tell people, here is the educational site, nothing to buy. It's all in one spot. It's one page. You don't have to go knowing which tab or anything because everything is like right here. And
Yeah.
it just makes it much easier for people to find and to navigate. Doesn't really require, like I said, there's no tabs at the top. You pick your language.
Yeah.
Once you
No,
pick
I
language,
love this website.
yeah.
Like
And so
it's
they did a good job here explaining the technology, giving you education. Some people prefer just like a brief video. Just give me a short video that kind of gives me an idea. Great. Here's a 2 minute. You want more? There's a 3 minute. You want even more? There's an 18 minute.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
And you want something, you want to see actual concrete proof of the studies? Great. Not only will we give you the studies, but the patents are here too. So here is the patent for the mother cell activation patch, the X39. We of course have 120 patents that are actually posted here. There's 150 that it's over 150 now that David has gotten. The most recent one was at the end of last year. And then it explains, of course, you have the testimonials. A lot of my friends are on here. And then the actual clinical studies are here. And so now they can look for the clinical studies. Some people are like, oh, I just not want the ones on X39. Great. We have them categorized by patch. So for the, the mother cell activation patch,
Hmm.
Eon patch, carnosine, glutathione, IceWave, Silent Nights, SP6, Alavita, AccuLife, etc. And then to see all of them, then they're all listed here. All
Yep.
90 studies are right there. So any additional information, there's a little bit more information here, but it's all nice. And it's just one page. You just keep going down, 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 down. It's all right there. So then people go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
People,
That's kind of what I hope, is the reaction when I send that link. So, but I
yeah,
did notice too that when you scroll down or when you clicked on clinical studies, the tab at the URL at the top changed. Maybe I should just
yeah.
separate that link as well and just go, here's the clinical studies page.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, I really like to tell people just go to Start X39 now, because then if I give them just the URL page, but again, you have to do what resonates with you. If you just get
Yeah.
the URL page, then it's like, okay, they want more information. Well, if you just go to the startx39now.com, you just scroll all the way down. Everything is there, a button for patents, a button for the studies. It's a lot of information just for one page, but it's all in one spot. So,
Yeah.
and then a lot of people, they're like, okay, they don't necessarily want to read because they don't understand a lot of the language that's in those studies, which is why on my channel, I read them and then I language them in layman's terms. So people, and then I just pull out the parts that are pertinent so that people can ascribe a meaning and understand what that study is actually saying.
Yeah.
And then people are like, I still want, I still have a question about this or that. Then I send them on my YouTube channel. I have a short playlist, which I know you've seen before. The short playlist are videos that are 30 seconds to 33 minutes long. Now they can watch 30 seconds at a time. They can watch a minute because the videos, a lot of them are only 1 or 2 minutes long. And they're the frequently asked questions that people have asked about the patches, everything from how long to wear the patches, can you reuse them? Is this FDA approved? The list goes on and on and on. So oftentimes people will binge watch that in a day or a couple days or over the weekend. And then they come back to me. It's like, oh, I binge watched, your short playlist, or I watched the short playlist and then I went and saw a bunch of other videos on your YouTube channel. I still have a ton of questions. I can't think of any right now, but I have enough. I know enough now to know that this is definitely, I want to get started.
Yeah.
And it's about education. We don't, like Dr. Stacy and I and our group, we are medically focused. We're about educating people about health and well-being. And so we don't sell anything. We're here to educate, encourage, and empower you. And as people understand, okay, yeah, going to get on the patches, there's detoxing that you do. You have a natural detoxification process that happens with the patches. We also advise people to do, in addition to that, there's detox baths, parasite cleanses, all sorts of other things. We don't sell any of the products that have to do with those things, but we feel that it's our moral obligation, just like David. David, he doesn't sell vitamin D, he doesn't sell copper glycinate tablets or any supplements or whatnot, but he also believes it's like he has a moral obligation to let you know these are the things that you need to take in addition to, you can't be eating, junk food 3 times a day plus a bunch of processed MSG and all these artificial colors and sweeteners and all these things. And you have to do your part. You have to feed your body good stuff and then exercise and drink water, good water, not dead water, and things like that. So those are things
Hmm.
that, of course, we don't profit from, but it doesn't matter. It's part of the health and wellness piece so that you know how to take care of your body in the best possible way so you have the best possible outcome. And so, does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it completely does. It does.
Yeah. So yeah, so again, you can tell people to go to Love and Money Secrets TV, which is my YouTube channel. Here in the presentation, I'm going to show you, and I always share that towards the end of the presentation. For people who want to learn more, they can go to the share, the startx39now.com. To always point people to go to that.
Yeah.
And then I also point people to get back, of course, to the person that referred them. You can get the to get started text. I encourage you to keep the to get started text in your notes in your phone, or also in your, like, you could text it to yourself, or you could text it to your brother, your sister, your mother, that kind of thing. So it's in your text thread. And now those are the questions that you need to ask somebody so that you can fill out this information so you can enter that into your back office. And then this is the YouTube channel. I have the URL, which is my full name, that points to that in case people can't remember Love and Money Secrets TV, whatever's easiest. But
I think I think I tried that link and it didn't. I think I ran into some issues, and I think I sent you a message on Telegram.
possible, yeah. I mean, I've had that URL for a very long time, but yeah. So that just points, if you go to YouTube, you either, because the thing is, I had other YouTube channels in the past, which are still on YouTube. You want to go to this one, which is Love and Money Secrets TV, because this is the one where it has everything to do with all things having to do with health and wellness and all that kind of stuff. So,
Okay, so I use those two resources. Okay.
yeah.
So I have a few more, but I see Carol just joined us. Should I keep going away, or should
No,
we check in
continue,
with Carol first?
on. Carol's basically my co-host. She's in Yelm, Washington, and
Oh,
she's pretty much here. She can answer a lot of your questions too. So let's see what other questions might you have, Seth, that we can
okay.
answer today.
I really feel lucky that it's just us then. So, all right. So, okay, going back to what I've seen on Telegram and just kind of looking at stuff. I've seen a lot of links for, I can't say off the top of my head who's hosted those webinars where people just do testimonials,
Mhm.
and you can replay them, I think on, I want to say Venmo, but I know that's not the right term.
You can,
Vimeo.
as soon as you click the link on Telegram for any of the testimonials. In fact, let me show you. We'll go over there right now, just so that it's always a good, because other people will watch this and they're going to want to learn about these things too. So give me a second and
Okay.
I will pull Telegram. The nice thing about Telegram is that you have it not just on your phone, but you can also do the desktop version, which I really do love and enjoy that.
Yeah,
So
that's what I do. But can I share those links to those videos as well? Or
absolutely.
is that top secret information?
No, that is there. So because you're already on the patches, you have that resource library available to you. So let me
Okay.
find where it is. Here it is.
Because that was part of my plan though, because as you know, as I've mentioned before, I've researched some of those testimonials for people specifically, and I did watch the one that you had with I think her name's April with the long blonde hair.
Yeah.
But I specifically looked for people who had some sort of ME or chronic fatigue syndrome, and I saved the links to those testimonials so I could share with the others to say, hey, that person had what I have. This is what they did to feel better. So I just want to make sure I can use that as a sales tool, not violate
Any
any.
any of the information, you're not directly part of my group, you're part of Marcy's group, so we're both in the Team Evolve team together. But
Right.
but everything, anytime I post a video, I also share it with the Team Evolve. I have Marcy and Dr. Stacy's consent to do that. So you'll find all the testimonials that people in my group share. I also share them in the Team Evolve team. And so you can go to either. This you can copy and paste and text it to someone through regular text, through
Mm,
Facebook Messenger, whatever social media platform you have. That is there as a resource. That's what it's there for, is for you to share
okay.
those. It's a resource library, so you can look things up by condition. So for example, Team Evolve here.
Are you on I mean, are you in Telegram now? It looks different than
Yeah.
my layout. Oh, you are.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I have it in this is Telegram on my desktop. And
Oh,
so what I've done is I pinned the groups, my group team, these are my groups, right? So these are the ones that I use the most. Telegram will let you pin, I think it's 4 or 5. So you'll see that I have,
oh,
that's why I have
tricky.
top. So that way you don't have to go scrolling, trying to figure out, oh my gosh, where is, you're wasting time trying to find your groups. I'm in here every single day, all day long. So that's why I have these up up here up front.
Oh, I thought you were part of Marcy's. I thought you and I were in the same
We
team.
are. Marcy is one of my senior presidential. So Marcy is
Oh,
April's senior presidential director. April, who I did that video, which we just talked about
hmm.
rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, Lyme, and long haulers. And then April enrolled Dr. Stacy, who enrolled Dr. Nirmala, who enrolled me. So we're all part of Marcy's
Ah,
team. We're one of the almost 200,000 people that Marcy has brought into getting started on the patches.
200,000.
Yeah, she has about 200. I think it's like 165, 170. It's
Thousand.
it's probably two in February it was like 165 or 170,000. So she
That's
has,
amazing.
yeah, it's her numbers are like actually like in February. Well, actually last time I saw her was in Houston, which was just a few weeks ago. But in February we were at leadership, and I remember she was telling me the millions in volume that she has. And 4 years ago, she had zero. She wasn't even working because she had stage 3 breast cancer. Her
Right.
radiation wasn't working, and they told her, get your affairs in order. There's nothing, nothing that we can do for you. And that's when Dr. Rhonda Donahue said, you need to get on these patches. And like less than 6 weeks later, like the first week or two, her energy was up. She felt so much better. She actually could get out of bed. It totally changed her life, and the rest is history.
Yeah. No, I've heard her share her story. I've heard you share your story too. I mean, that's pretty horrific.
Yeah, it was horrific going through. I'm so glad that I'm on this side of it now. It was pretty awful going through it at the time, but I also recognize that I'm super lucky. I didn't have a limb amputated. I didn't sever any, I didn't. There's so many people who've been in accidents like I have who've done, it's been even worse. So I'm lucky, as painful as it was, I would never wish it on anybody. And I was able to, turn the boat around, and I was able to, I'm like completely fine now I don't have I'm like 1,000 times better. I'm better than I was even before I got hit by the bus, which is like amazing if you think about that. But
Yeah.
that's what using the patches does for you, because it resets you to your original blueprint from before you were born. So that's part of the power of the patch, and you just keep patching until you get your miracle. And it's miracles. It's really not a miracle. It's really a whole chain link of many, many different miracles that occur. And as they kind of unfold and you get better, it's like, yeah, it's unfathomable to think that you wouldn't share this. You share a good movie because it was a good experience, right?
Right.
You share a great restaurant and like, oh, I had the best meal ever. You know, this restaurant, you got to check it out. If you're looking to go out to dinner and you're looking for a beautiful place with excellent food, you got to go check out this place. Well, this is kind of the same thing. It's like you want to share this with people because you want people to have that wonderful experience that you're having.
Right. No,
So
I totally agree. So quick question before I go to my next question. Do you allot 30 minutes or 1 hour?
So this is typically we go an hour. I sometimes try to keep this to
Yeah.
30 minutes, depending on what I have, depending on how many, because I have 30-minute Zooms kind of booked kind of back to back.
Okay.
So yeah, so we don't always go, it just depends. For this, I try to do an hour Zoom because we want to do the info Q&A, and I like to answer questions for people who are already on the patches. They can ask questions. They can also do a testimonial if they have a testimonial to share of an update as to what things they've noticed that have improved since they got started on the patches. And then we go into the info Q&A, and the actual info Q&A takes about 30-40 minutes to go over. So the whole
Um,
process takes about an hour.
okay. All right. So based on that, should I probably just zip through my questions real quick? I don't think
Sure.
there's only a lot of these are yes, nos.
Okay.
Okay. I had to go to split screen here for a second. Not only that, I couldn't find my Zoom. It minimized and I didn't find it. Okay. So again, I know that you're busy, so if I'm repeating something, I just to kind of refresh. So going way back in time, I asked you about I came across a woman with Ehlers-Danlos, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, that's like Lewy
And
body dementia. Ehlers, yes, go ahead.
brutal. I read about that
It
too.
is.
So, because you replied to me, once she enrolls, she'll be added to the Evolve Team Telegram. So, when you say she enrolls, she needs to become a brand partner to have access to Telegram, or could Telegram be offered
She
to anybody?
Anybody can download Telegram from their app store, whether it's for an Android or for iPhone. But to be part of Team Evolve, you have to have a member ID. You have to have enrolled
Oh, oh,
and got started on the patches, because only people who are on the patches are on the Team Evolve. And it's not retail customers. For the most part, it's like 99% are all not retail customers, but they're people who are on the patches and who are, they're either, even if they're not sharing the patches with others, but they basically came in on the wholesale side where they're getting 30% off. So they're getting a silver, gold, or diamond pack.
mm,
Yeah, so
okay.
that's a resource library, so that, because people can ask questions there, you can pull up all of the recordings of any of the testimonials that have been done by anyone in the group. Especially the ones that are done every day at 6 o'clock, Monday through Thursday. Any of the trainings, all the education. It's a resource library for you, and you just literally look it up.
Yeah.
Some condition or diagnosis or testimonial, and then you can copy and paste it. Or if the person's already on Telegram, then you can just forward it to them, which is always nice too. Or you
Okay.
can copy and paste it and email it to them, which I do often too.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So when you originally said that in a message weeks, if not months ago, so yeah, so she would gain access once she becomes a brand partner. So in the meantime, I should just feed her information via testimonials that I can send
Yep,
her links
I would
to.
just,
Okay.
yeah, I would just look up, that's a neurological disorder. So I would just go ahead and I would send her whatever testimonials on her conditions and her you can pull up her, what are her three, she probably has more than five, but her top 3 to 5 chief complaints and those symptoms. And then you can look up, because some people are oftentimes are misdiagnosed on either end. So just pulling it up by symptoms, then you can say, hey, here's someone who had these 3 symptoms like you. And
Oh,
now,
that's a great idea.
yeah, symptoms is a great route to go, because
I like that. Let me make a note of that part.
then
Symptoms. Yeah, because when I went into Telegram and I looked up, I never heard of that until recently. Ehlers-Danlos. I only found one testimonial out of all the entire Evolve,
yeah,
or all the Evolve posts in Telegram. I'm sorry, I didn't say that correctly. Okay, so that handles that. This isn't a question, but more of a statement. I want to let you know that a little over a month ago, I tried the energy enhancers. I have any effect at all whatsoever. I was tired. I figured, let me try these out, and I was still tired. I never got any level of energy. So,
to do the polarity test and reset. Remember,
yeah, white always goes to the right side and tan goes to the left side, right?
tan on left, white on right. I think
White,
you're
right.
tan,
Yes.
white, right. Yeah, but the polarity test and reset, because if your energy is slow, stuck, sluggish, or reversed,
Yeah.
that will get it going in the right direction for you. And then the energy enhancer, it will have the proper effect, not the improper effect. Because energy enhancer does burn 300 extra calories a day, and it enhances your energy, it increases your heart rate variability, and it also regulates your lymphatic system. So if you feel that you're feeling drained, there's a couple things. First thing I check is the polarity, the direction in which your energy is moving. It's probably reversed, or it could be stuck. The other thing is, it could be also a detox effect, because the energy is moving faster in your body. And
Hmm.
most people will wear energy enhancer along with 39, 49 at the very least, and sometimes 39, 49, like myself, glutathione, carnosine, and eon. So if you have been exposed, or if you've eaten things that are that have toxins, or if you're taking multiple, which is oftentimes people who are under, the care of a doctor where there's multiple prescriptions, 2, 3, or more prescriptions, there's toxins in those prescriptions. There's mercury, there's lead, there's all sorts of preservatives and things that are very hard on the body. As that's coming out of the body through urination, defecation, and perspiration, that can wear you out. It sometimes will even feel like you have a flu. So the energy enhancer is going to make that process go faster. So what I tell people, if it's like a process of elimination. So if we find that you've been wearing the patches for months and you applied energy enhancer and you're having that effect, then polarity test and reset first and foremost, because that's like easy peasy, quick to do, and it resets your energy. Second thing would be a detox vow. And in lieu of a detox bath, you can also do soda doping or take activated charcoal pills. So the toxins bind to the carbon in the activated charcoal pills or in the the baking soda, the sodium bicarbonate. So this is all very individualized. So that's why it's like we have to take care of people one at a time. And as things come up, when they come up on these calls, then we can tell you, it's like, okay, for you, this is what you need to do. Based on what you're telling me you're experiencing, I can tell that this is what's kind of going on and just do X, Y, Z. Does that make sense?
It does. I misunderstood you when you first said polarity and test and reset. So how do you test one's polarity?
So like if you go into the Telegram group, you'll see the polarity test. I just did another updated one with Carol recently, which I feel is better. But if you go
Should be.
here, anytime you go into our groups, you're not, and I also posted it here in Team Evolve, so I should probably look for it here. But I know I can find it faster here.
So can I become part of the Dame Lillian stem cell group in addition to Team Evolve?
Well, since I didn't personally enroll
Oh,
it's like you would get it through Team Evolve,
got
but
it.
you'll find it, I think it was this one that we did where it talked about the polarity test and reset. It was this one. So, yeah, see?
Ah,
Systems of the body, and it says polarity test and reset. So I
okay.
think you're subscribed to my YouTube channel already, aren't you?
Believe I am. I wouldn't swear to it, but I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay, I'm gonna post it again here just so that it's, because it says polarity test and reset, and then that way you have it handy right now and anybody else who's looking for it, because that's a lot of people ask about. And I'm gonna put here at the beginning,
So
polarity test and reset.
I was a little bummed about that. I was really looking forward to it. I'm like, this isn't doing anything. I'm tired.
Yeah, if you're tired. And some people like David Schmidt, he wears two sets. He wears a set under each side of his clavicle, left
Clavicles.
one on right, and another one under his feet. So he wears two sets instead of one set.
Under the feet. That's an idea. Yeah, I think I did it on the inside of my elbows.
Oh, okay.
That seemed like an idea at the time. So you're saying try a different area?
Yeah, and you might want to move them around. But yeah, and you know the little booklet that comes with it, it has the different locations that you could put those.
Yeah, I think that's where I got those ideas from.
Yeah, so so in the little booklet that comes with these, you can see, so like David Schmidt, he likes to wear one set on the top part of the body here under each clavicle, like I mentioned before.
Okay.
And then if you look, they don't have the one pictured for below the feet, but if you were to look at the ball of your, like this is, your big toe and your pinky toe, and you have the
Right.
ball of your foot in the middle, right under the ball of your foot, right here, that's like the liver 1 point. So you
Okay.
can put on the left foot a tan one, and then on the right foot a white one. So that's a great energy point because now it's pulling and pushing the energy from the bottom of your feet up. So
Okay. I like that idea.
yeah, I've done that too. And I can honestly say that when I wear the energy enhancer, not because I feel, oh, like I put them on and all of a sudden an on switch. No, it's very subtle. It's a more of a subtle energy, but I just don't really get tired. I don't get tired. I know that it's helping my heart rate variability, which everybody can benefit from, especially with all the 5G we got going on, and the lymphatic system. And so I wear it, and people who, like I know when I do my bike rides, I'll ride 30, 35 miles and I don't get tired and my legs don't burn. And I know that the patches are obviously having to do something with that, because normally, 25, 30 miles, you start to feel a little bit of, I wouldn't say fatigue, but you definitely start to feel things in your muscles and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm about ready to wind this up. And I don't know how long I would have to ride so that I finally feel that, because I haven't made the time to ride long enough where I can get to like 40 or 45 or maybe even 50 miles to see if at that point I would feel that. But because the patches are so They're signaling your innate body's ability to increase glutathione and to detox. You don't have lactic acid buildup, which is what makes your muscles feel sore, which is
Yeah.
why your endurance and your strength is greater, right? So I don't know what my threshold is, just because the most time I can usually allocate to go on a bike ride is usually like 3 hours. And to do 40, 50 miles is probably going to take me closer to 4 hours. So I haven't made the time to do that, just like blow out a whole afternoon to do that.
That's a lot of time. I don't mean to sound personal, but what city do you live in that you can find a 40-mile stretch to ride your bike on?
Um, well, that's the other thing. Like I would have to ride my bike from Huntington Beach all the way down to like, it would go beyond Newport Beach, probably like Laguna Beach area. That's kind of a long ride.
Oh, you're in Huntington.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But
So what's the, oh, the PCH is still there, right? So you just hop on the one and just
yeah,
ride down that way?
I won't do it on PCH. I will do the bike trail that's on, there's two bike trails on the beach, one that's like right along the sand and one that's like parallel
Oh,
to PCH. So yeah, so that's what I would do.
mm,
And there's up in Ventura, there's really long bike rides that go from, I'm trying to think of, like from Ventura all the way up to Ojai and back. That's about a 4. I've done that bike ride. It's like 20 miles in either direction.
okay.
And it's all along like the forest and higher up from the coast. That's a gorgeous ride, but it's 2 hours. It's just driving to get there. It's like 2 hours, and then so it's like a thing that I would do on a weekend, and I haven't done that actually for a while. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So I was curious on that. Okay. So I only have four more quick questions. These are all shorter.
okay.
All right. So have you ever known anyone who recovered from a slap tear using the patches?
A what tear?
A slap tear in my shoulders? I have one in my left shoulder.
I'm not familiar with that. A slap tear?
Yeah, it's an acronym for basically, I don't remember what it's an acronym for, but it's actually the tendon that goes from like the middle of the bicep up into near the clavicle.
Oh, ouch. Okay.
So at least I think that's what it is because I had shoulder surgery a few years ago because that's what the diagnosis was in the right shoulder, and I'm pretty sure that was the same diagnosis in the left shoulder. But since the right shoulder had a partial tear, they upped surgery for that, ignoring my left, and here it's 4 years later, my shoulder still hurts. So I
So
didn't know.
So take your patches, best thing, oh my gosh, you're gonna notice a significant difference over the next, probably in the next 24 hours, but definitely in the next 30 days. You're gonna take your 39, your 49 glutathione, carnosine, and eon and put them, you said it's your right shoulder?
Left one, no.
So the right one you had surgery and the left one is the one that's now giving you issues, right?
Yeah, it's been ignored.
Okay, so the one that hurts the most, the one that probably hasn't had surgery that's kind of acting up, you're going to take all 5 patches, just point to where you feel the pain. If it's closer to the bicep, if it's closer to you could literally put the patches in a row where they're ones connected to each other, kind of like they're kissing patches,
Uh-huh.
where the white circles are not overlapping. They can barely be touching each other. You want to maintain the integrity of the crystals touching your
Okay.
skin in its entirety, so you get the full signal for that particular patch. It doesn't matter if the adhesive can overlap. So you can connect them and put them right over your shoulder, or you can put them in a circle around your shoulder.
Okay.
Whatever resonates more with you. It depends whether your pain is more on the front, the side, or the back. The number one thing is that you're going to encircle the area with the 5 patches, and you're going to notice a very significant decrease in pain, inflammation. And I would not be at all surprised if in the next 30 days, your shoulder's like 100% fine. If you go get it MRI'd, or your doctor, does a check scan. I don't know what kind of device, if he's going to use an MRI or a PET scan or whatnot, but if he does an MRI on it, he'll say, wow, it's like, how is this possible? Your shoulder's like completely repaired. Yeah, 30, 60
That
days.
would be nice. So you said all five. So X 30, 39, 49,
Oh,
carnosine glut, and the Eon.
yeah. So basically the dynamic duo, which is 39 and 49, and the
Yeah.
Y age, glutathione, carnosine, and eon. You put those 5 together. I call that the fantastic 5. that really does a very rapid cellular repair. And it really does the trick for the
Okay.
human body. It's just really phenomenal.
Okay.
And then a lot of people with that, they don't need the ice wave. Some people have enough severe pain that they still might need ice wave. Again, that's case by case, but that will repair it very, very quickly. The body tends to really, really like that signaling, and you're
Okay.
lighting all that area up. Even though the patches will still work systemically, it's gonna repair that like right away.
Oh, good. That was my next question. So they'll still work. They'll still help other areas.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's the nature of stem cells. It's just that you're signaling there. So they're going to light that up first, and then it'll go everywhere else. Just so you guys know, I do have in 5 minutes, I do have a hard stop because I have a 3:15 appointment. I actually have to physically go to.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. I think I'm almost done. Let me just look. Okay. In our previous conversations, you mentioned videos with Dr. Gailey. I only found one. Is there more than one?
Dr. Galey, yeah, Dr. Galey, he's one of the doctors that I got him started on the pages. He's incredible. You can find him on Facebook. I'm trying to get him to do more videos on a weekly basis, him and I. He's
Right.
he's got a busy practice, of course. But you can find, I'll see if, because you and I believe, are Facebook friends as well, right, Seth?
I do not recall. I'm not on Facebook as much anymore.
Okay. So if you're not
I
on
should
Facebook,
be.
because yeah, so then it would be a matter of finding the videos that he's done with me on my YouTube channel, because there are a few.
Oh, there
So
are. Okay. I need to look again. I only found the first one and that was it.
yeah, so then you'll find that on my YouTube channel. Let me see if I can, just since we've got you on here, because I know he is such an incredible fountain of information. Originally an anesthesiologist, and
See, that's another challenge that I have with everything going on. It's just a lot of the training videos or things to learn are an hour long,
so yeah.
and it's just hard to get to all those videos when they're, an hour long. Even David Schmitz, if I miss something, I go back and watch it again. That's an hour.
Yeah. Well, so that's why I have videos anywhere from 30 seconds all the way to like 2 hours long. So if you just go to my YouTube channel and then go to the search and put Galley, just
Okay.
Ghaly, here you'll see a video that I did with him, because I've been, working with him for years. And this is a gal who, when she came from Australia to get treatments with him, this is what she looked like. And 4 days later, this is what she looked like. It was incredible. Because he was already using stem cells and all sorts of other stuff too. So
Okay.
here is a couple videos about him. So if you just put Galley here, they'll show up. And like I said, I'm going to be doing more videos with him because he has over 50 years of experience. Started off as an anesthesiologist, went into regenerative medicine and integrative medicine. And he teaches and trains doctors from all over the world. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, so it's awesome to have him, as my partner on my team. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, excellent. So, I know I got like 100 seconds left with you. So, first of all, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Um, I didn't mean this for to be a one-on-one, but I'm glad it worked out. I do have two questions left. So what I'll do, and I know one's going to be a much longer answer. Either try to hop back on Wednesday or
Okay.
Thursday of next week. I'll try because I'm actually going on vacation next Thursday. I'll be out for
Okay.
9 days. Or maybe I could just send them to you via Telegram.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you could either send it through Telegram. Your best bet is to just jump on here at 2 or 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday. I
Monday
do,
through Thursday.
yeah,
Okay.
Monday through Thursday um I do the 7 p.m. and then Monday through Saturday. This weekend is going to be an exception because I have an event to go to, but normally Monday through Friday I do the 2 p.m. Uh, so that's why, for example, like right here, we're on here right now.
Okay, I will shoot for the 2 o'clock because when it gets into 7 o'clock, it gets a little bit harder for me to do
Yeah.
Zoom calls at that hour. So I'll make a note of that. So I will pick up where like I said, there's only one or two, and one's going to involve a longer answer. So I'll save that for next week.
Okay.
Um, So
Awesome.
thank you. I cannot thank you enough. Like I said, you explain things in like you call layman terms better than I can understand. So I appreciate all the education that you give us. I'll keep reading, seeing your videos, et cetera, et cetera. So
All right, Seth, I really appreciate all those great questions because a lot of other people are wondering the same thing. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in here today, and make sure you subscribe and visit the Love and Money Secrets TV because again, there's a lot of great information there. I
will
have
do.
posted both my short and the long playlist on the Evolve team, so you can find that there as well.
Excellent.
Okay?
All right. And do I call you Dame or do I call you Lillian
Just
or
call
Miss
me
Walker?
Lillian.
What do you prefer?
Yeah, just call me Lillian.
Lillian. Okay. I appreciate it so much. Have a good 3-day weekend.
All right. Yes, you have a good 3-day weekend too. That's right. It's Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Talk to you next week then.
All right. Ciao
All right.
for now.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, and for those of you watching this here at the end, make sure you tune in on Monday, 2 p.m. We'll be back here to answer your questions and go over an info Q&A session. Ciao for now, my friends and gems. Bye-bye.